Alrighty. Well, I guess Trump opened a golf course in Scotland and the Prime Minister of the UK decided to visit or whatever. I would say the UK has enough golf courses and they should focus more on agriculture and, building houses for the natives. But anyway, I'll throw in the video and take it from there. FYI, bagpipe warning.
Well, we want to get it going, but as you know, with Cambodia, they just announced a very big, beyond it, this peace. That was going to be a very bad war, and so we're honored we got involved. And
Wait, Cambodia was gonna go to war with someone? Who does Cambodia hate? On second thought, doesn't really bother me. Anyway, continuing.
it's essentially settled. I think they're going to be settling it today, so it went for a few days. That was going to go on for years. That could have gone on for years. Millions of people could have been killed. We ended the war, and we're very happy about it.
The Prime Minister says that recognising the Palestinian state would be a concrete step towards a lasting peace. Do you agree with his position?
Well, I'm not going to take a position. I don't mind him taking a position. I'm looking for getting people fed right now. To me, that's the number one position.
Recognizing Palestine as a state, would that solve anything? No. Because what would that be? That'd be the West Bank and Gaza, pretty much. I could be wrong. My understanding is the West Bank is on one side of Israel and Gaza Strip is on the other side of Israel. How can you make that a state? It wouldn't be able to function because the Gaza Strip is not connected to the other part of Palestine. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure the West Bank is Palestine. I could be wrong. In my opinion, statehood for the Palestinians wouldn't work because of the Gaza Strip. The only way it would work, you'd have to move the people out of the Gaza Strip and move them into the West Bank. And you take the landmass of the Gaza Strip and give it to the Palestinians. That way it could be all one state. You don't have one bit on one side of Israel and the other bit on the other side of Israel, because you're just asking for conflict. That has always made me scratch my head. You have the West Bank over here and a little strip of land over here. It's like, what was the purpose of that?
Because you have a lot of starving people. You have people that, the United States recently, just a couple of weeks ago, we gave $60 million. It's a lot of money. No other nation gave money. I know the Prime Minister would if he knew about it, and he really knows about it now because we're going to be discussing it. But we gave $60 million. Nobody said even thank you. Thanks. Somebody should say thank you.
Well, first off, where did that $60 million go? I mean, you got to be careful who you give that money to. Second, if they don't say thank you, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be giving money out then,
But other nations are going to have to step up. When I spoke to Ursula yesterday, she said that the European nations are going to step up very substantially too.
Can you discuss the importance of free speech today?
Well, free speech is very important. I don't know if you're referring to any place in particular. Perhaps they are, but
we've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud about that.
Notice how Starmer says, we've had free speech here for a very long time. Key word there, had.
What's your advice on the small boats crisis in this country? How would you deal with it? What's your advice on dealing with the small boats crisis in this country?
What is it?
The small boats
It's about the boats coming over the channel, so we're taking a lot of action to stop people coming over the channel who shouldn't be here.
Doesn't Britain have a navy? Like, can't they use the navy to intercept the small boats and kick them back to France?
Stopping them coming in the first place.
Well, look, immigration is a big factor, and I think, frankly, if they're coming from other countries and you don't know who they are, and are they coming from prisons? We have them where they came in from prisons. We're moving them all out. We had a border last June.
Me personally, I don't think European countries should be letting in anybody that aren't ethnic white European. But that being said, If these people on the boats, if they're not invited in, then they should be treated as invaders, and you should have the British Navy deal with them accordingly.
Recent, last month, we had 0 people come into the country, 0, other than coming through legal means. If you're stopping immigration and stopping the wrong people, I give my hats are off to you. You're doing not a good thing. You're doing a fantastic thing. So I know nothing about the boats, but if the boats are loaded up with bad people, and they usually are, because other countries don't send their best. They send people that they don't want, and they're not stupid people, and they send the people that they don't want. And I've heard that you've taken a much stronger stance on immigration.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work stopping them coming. We just signed an agreement to return them, and we've returned 35,000, in fact, under the first year of this Labour government, of people who shouldn't be in this country. So we're very pleased that we're getting on with returning people who've got no right to be here.
Now, people on the left say that all these people on the boats, they're climate refugees. No, they're not climate refugees, they're just lazy. They know that if they get into Europe, they get free housing, free food, free clothes, free medical. People say that, oh, they have famines because their crops are dying. Look at South Africa. South Africa is one of the richest countries in Africa, mainly from what? Agriculture. So why is it you have South Africa? It's an agricultural powerhouse, and yet other African countries can't produce food to feed their own people? That makes no sense to me.
That's great. As somebody that loves this, I love this country. My mother was born in, as you know, my mother was born in Scotland, and it's an incredible place, a beautiful place. And if that be the case, I congratulate you. That's exactly, because Europe is a much different place than it was just 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah, Europe's changed a lot in 10 years, and not necessarily for the better. The native demographic is being replaced and is dying off. Some would call that a genocide, but apparently that's diversity.
They've got to get their act together. If they don't, you're not going to have Europe anymore as you know it, and you can't do that. This is a magnificent part of the world, and you cannot ruin it. You cannot let people come in here illegally. And what happens is there'll be murderers, there'll be drug dealers, there'll be all sorts of things that other countries don't want.
There will be murderers and drug dealers? No, there are already. He says that Europe is a beautiful place. Yeah, it was made that way by the natives, and the natives are being replaced. Even if it's legal immigration, you're still replacing the native population.
And they send them to you, and they send them to us, and you've got to stop them. And I hear that you've taken a very strong stand on immigration, and taking a strong stand on immigration is imperative.
In my opinion, I don't think it's the illegal immigration that's making him take this stance. I think it's all the native Anglo-Saxons. As the saying goes, the natives are getting restless.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Netanyahu said there's no starvation in Gaza. Do you agree with that assessment?
I don't know. I mean, based on television, I would say not particularly, because those children look very hungry. But we're giving a lot of money and a lot of food, and other nations are now stepping up. I know that this nation is right
It's
here.
a humanitarian crisis.
Right.
It's an absolute catastrophe. And nobody wants to see that. And I think people in Britain are revolted at seeing what they're seeing on their screens. So we've got to get to that ceasefire. And
They say it's a humanitarian crisis. It's been going on for months now. And yet at the same time, Hamas and Israel go at it every 3 or 4 years, at least in my opinion. So, how is anything going to change? And again, I don't think giving Palestine statehood is going to change anything. So, it's just a continuous cycle. But I can't help but shake the feeling that the West is going to have to take in a whole whack of Palestinian refugees until the area becomes secure or habitable again. Gee, thanks. And dollars to donuts, they're going to hate the West because the West is pro-Israel.
thank you, Mr. President, for leading on that, and also to just get more and more aid in. And again, America's done a lot on this. A lot of countries have done a lot. We're now working with Jordan on getting direct aid drops in, but this is a desperate situation.
Do you think Israel has done all it can do to avoid civilian casualties in Gaza?
Well, I think nobody's done anything great over there. The whole place is a mess. It'll get straightened out, but it's a mess. They have to get food and meantime, food and safety right now.
Food and safety. So, question is, where is safe? Are the Egyptians going to take them in? Probably not. I heard the Egyptians have like 7 layers of walls to keep Palestinians out. So, who's going to take them? I wonder. Alrighty, well, it goes on for like another 10 minutes. They talk about hostages and such. But I think I'll leave that there. Well, take care out there in Clown World.